How many number people of students saying yours? They're saying the number of viewers. I would like to see the name. I want to see the name. Hello, we have one viewer now. Okay, 3 viewers. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Busola. I really appreciate you joining this session. Are you seeing? Can you hear me? No, it's cutting my head. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for joining me once again. Good. Okay. My name is Busola, and today we'll be talking about how to plan and set goals. So planning and setting goals. This is one of the important things we need to do in our Oriflame business so that we can succeed and grow. Okay, and we've been pointing some things that we need to do when we are planning and setting goals. And being a new month, the beginning of the new month, it's important we talk about this. So in case if you haven't done that, you can also take tips from here and go back into your drawing board, onto your drawing board and into your team, and then start setting your plans for the month. So why do we need to plan? We need to plan so that we can grow, we can succeed in our business. And we cannot talk about plans without talking about dreams, because these two things are kind of related. So to succeed, you must be able to dream. And without the dreams, no vision. So no planning. So dream is the first thing that you need to have to be able to plan successfully. And we have a saying that says, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Which means if you don't have a dream, then there is no planning. And you just keep working with no direction, and that's why you'll be wondering, no results. So it's important to first do what? For us to have a dream. I know you'll be wondering, oh, we're talking about planning, then we're talking about dreams. These two things, as I said earlier, are together. You cannot sort of separate them. So dreams is very, very important. It's the first thing you need to have before you start saying you're planning. And dreams for us in Oriflame is very important. We encourage our consultants, our leaders to have dreams. Even after achieving their first dream, they have to have another dream, redream, because this is what pushes you. So it is very vital. And I want to believe that everyone listening to me today, watching me, actually have a dream. But before I move further, so we can talk about dreams, I'm going to be asking us some important questions. I'm going to be asking us some important questions first regarding our dreams, to be sure that the dream we have is actually real, it's realistic. Because, you know, at times we say some things that we want to do in the nearest future, and then some of them are a little bit far-fetched or just not realistic for us enough. And one thing is, if your dream is not realistic enough and the result is not coming, it might you might get tired and feel, oh, nothing is working. So I'm going to be asking us some very important questions. It's a dream reality checklist. I'm going to be asking you some questions that I need you to answer honestly to yourself. You answer yes or no. If you're able to answer yes to all the questions I'm going to ask you now, it means that your dream is actually realistic and it's real. It's something that you can easily work with and you get result on it. But if you cannot answer yes to all these questions, then you probably need to go back, think very well, and be sure of what you actually want to achieve from this. So I'll be asking you the questions now, and truthfully and honestly, in your mind or on your notepad, answer yes or no to these questions. So my first question is it really your dream or someone else's dreams? Are you sure it's yours, or just because you notice, yes, people are closing down nowadays, so I think me too, I can do this in the nearest 1 year? Okay, so you can answer yes or no to that. The second question is it realistic and not a fantasy? Something you just dream and say, oh, it would be very nice to be an executive director. You know, I dream of being an executive director, earning so amount, and you just daydream about it all day. Are you sure it is something that you know you can achieve and not just something you fantasize about? Okay. Number 3, are you truly passionate about it? Can you do whatever it takes to push for this dream to become a reality? Number 4, are you willing to make an effort to achieve this dream? Because there are times that things will be difficult and you just need to keep pushing. And are you willing to make that effort, even when everything seems not to be working right? Number 5 question, do you have a team in place to help you achieve this dream? So you want to be a Sapphire director, and you can't even boast of 2% in your legs. You don't even have enough personal growth managers in your team that can help you achieve it. So do you think you have the team in that kind of a situation? The 6th question, do you have a plan to achieve this dream? Do you have things in place that you plan to do every day, every week, every month, where you need to be to achieve this? And are you taking daily actions that are moving you closer to fulfilling your dreams? Or you're just dreaming and then you expect the dream to materialize in front of you without really doing so much into pushing for it? So if you can answer yes to all these questions, then congratulations, your dreams is actually realistic, and then it can easily be achieved. But if you cannot answer yes to all these questions truthfully, you probably need to cross-check and then check and tidy up some of the pieces that you can answer yes to. So moving on what we're talking about, I've talked about dreams. And we just went through our dreams reality checklist. So the next thing is, your dreams should have details and also due dates. It's very, very important. I don't want you to just have like random dreams. Oh, for example, I want to buy a car. What kind of car do you want? Give it details. Do you want a Ferrari, or do you want just a plain old Toyota? Or you want a what kind of cars do we have that are very big? So you want a Range Rover, or you want an underaccord 2015. So your dream needs to have the details. Or you want to have or you want to build a house. You want to have a house of your own. What kind of house do you want? You need to be specific. I want a duplex in a very high-brow area, maybe Lekki or VGC, you know, or do you want a 3-bedroom flat in Barua? So you need to have details, and also you need to have due dates when you must have achieved these dreams that we are talking about. It could be you want to achieve this for something like a house. It's like a long-term dream. It could be, oh, I want it in the next 2 years. For a car, it could be like, oh, I need to get that in the next 1 year. So you set a due date. And when you have a dream that is written down with a date, that is when we have what we call goals, which is another important factor of our growth and our planning. You need to have goals, which is actually very important. And you start breaking down your goals into steps. And you should have a short-term goal, which is between 1 month to like 3-6 months maximum. Then we have an intermediate term goal, which is between 6 months to 1 year. And then we have the long-term goal, which should not be more than 2 years at a time. Don't allow your goals to be more than 2 years at a time so that you can easily track it. When it's more than 2 years, then it's becoming too long. So you need to have that. So I'll be taking, for example, the Manager's Challenge that we have ongoing, which is a short-term goal for most of you. So if you want to break that down, how do you get to attend the Manager's Challenge? Let's say that's your present dream, your goal. You want to attend the Manager's Challenge. What do you need to do? First, you need to know the qualifications, what you need to do to be able to achieve that. And to attend the Manager's Challenge, you need to be a new manager between the qualification period, which is July to September 2017, right? And for the senior managers already, for those who are already senior managers, they need to have 2 managers on different legs who qualify for this event, and they will get to attend. So then you bring it down. What do I need to be a new manager? For example, let's say if you're listening to me now and you are probably a new consultant and you want to attend this challenge, what do you need to become a new manager? What you need is to be at least 12%. That is, if probably you're 6% and you've never done any manager level before, you need to be minimum 12% manager. And how many points will give you 12% manager? You need 2,400 points. So that 2,400 points, you break it down. You break it down. How many people do I need to be able to give me that 2,400 points? Then you look back. How many points do I need to do myself? Maybe you need to do 200 points to be able to qualify for the welcome program. And that's the minimum you can do to qualify for welcome program. Let's say you just want to qualify for the welcome program, then you do 200 bonus points. And you don't have anybody in your team yet. Your team is still a new team, and you want to bring in new people so that your team can grow. So for every new person that you bring into the team, you also want them to qualify for the welcome program. So they also have to do minimum of 200 bonus points. So let's take, for example, if everybody in your team have to do 200 bonus points, how many people do you need to give you the 2,400 points that makes you to become a manager for the first time? Simply divide that 2,400 points by 200. It will give you, which means you need minimum of 12 people in your team to attain 2,400. So now let's break it down more. When 12 people do 200 points, we have how many weeks in a month? We have 4 weeks in a month. These 4 weeks, how many points do you need to have minimum to be able to achieve your goal? You need minimum of 600 bonus points at the end of the month to be able to achieve this goal. So how did I get the 600 bonus points? It's very simple. We have 4 weeks in the month, and then you need to do 2,400 points. So you simply divide the 2,400 points by the 4 weeks, you get 600. So you need minimum 600 points at the end of every week to be able to achieve that. And for that, which means you need minimum of 2 to 3 people that will join you every week who would place their order of 200 bonus points to be able to get the minimum of 600 bonus points at the end of the week, so that by the end of the 4th week, you already have your 2,400 points. And in that case, you qualify for the Manager's Challenge and even have your 6 recruits by the end of the month. So all you just need to be doing is to make sure you maintain your level, and then you make sure your people also qualify for the Manager's Challenge. And you simply do the same thing for your team. You also break it down, you set targets for them, you set goal for them. And mind you, the 12 people you probably will bring, they don't necessarily have to come directly under you. So as you're setting targets for yourself that, okay, I have to bring 2 people, you also set targets for your team members also. You too, you need to bring 2 people or 1, depending on what the goal and the targets you're setting for them is, on what their own goal is, depends on the target you are going to set for your team. So you simply break it down to help them to be able to achieve this goal easily. So a goal that is broken down into steps is what we call a plan. Then you already have your dreams, which has a details and a due date. So in this case, our dream is to attend the Manager's Challenge. The details is you already know what you need to do to achieve this. And then the due date is latest by September ending. You must be able to qualify for this. And we've already broken down our goals into steps, how to achieve it. And now we actually have a plan, which means every week we need 600 bonus points. And to get 600 bonus points, we need minimum of 2 to 3 people who will place order in our team every week. And then we'll be able to achieve that point. So now we have a plan to work with. We have a target. You've set a goal for your team. You all know what you need to do. I need to place my order. I need to push my team to make sure they place their order also, so that they can, our point can increase. So we have a plan. And your plans must be backed up by actions. Not just have a plan on ground. Okay, now we know that, okay, we need to get 2 to 3 recruits every month who will place their 200 BPs, but are you going to sit down and the 2 to 3 recruits will automatically come up? Of course not. So you need to back it up by actions. So you plan your work for today and every day, then walk the walk. It is very important you walk the walk. Don't just have the plan and then just leave it there. You also do the work that is attached to the plan, which is why we need to have a schedule of our daily activity. Something like this. I used to share this with some of my team members, especially for those who are in Lagos. So this is like a calendar of your activity, how your monthly activity should look like. What you do every Monday, what you do every Tuesday, what you do every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday. and Sunday. You can see here, Sunday for this person is to rest. Of course, you can have a resting day. You simply plan your activities. That way, you're walking the walk. For example, for this person, I hope you can see it very clearly. This person is a director. On Monday, this person had director's BPS. What does BPS means? Business planning session. This is the day this person sits with a team and then they brainstorm. Oh, they set new targets for themselves. What did you do last week? Oh, you did not meet up what you're supposed to do. So this week we are going to make up for what you did not do and do this week's target also. So you need so for example, you're supposed to have 600 BP last week, and you did 500. This week, you're going to have 700 BPs. Okay? And that's how they set the plan and move forward for the week. Plan the activities for the week. And on Tuesday, they sit and then they do OM and getting started together with the team. I know you'll be wondering, okay, there's no prospecting before OM. Prospecting activity is something we do every day. It's what you should do every day. You should always talk to people about the business every day. So you will have people to invite to your OM and getting started. So this leader does OM and getting started on Tuesday morning. And then on Wednesday, they hold a skincare session for both the new consultant and then the existing consultant. Then on Thursday, they have a webinar session. On Thursday, they have another OM and getting started for those who they have recruited between Wednesday and Thursday. So they have 2 OM and getting started for the week. And then on Saturday, they have the directors meeting. Now that meeting is where they now sit and say, okay, this week, what did we do? You did well, congratulations. Oh, we've closed the week. And then all of it's just like checking the responsibility that we were given on Monday during the business planning session, checking our results. So you sit down and brainstorm. And on Sunday, you can take your rest and sit back at home with your family and then enjoy yourself. So, and you do, this leader does the same activities like that every day of the week and they get results. So it's very important for you to have a calendar of your activities, things you do to help you move forward in your business. Okay? And that gives us sustained action. When you walk the walk, you get sustained action. You do the same things that is giving you results. That means you have sustained action and keep repeating the same thing. And that is when your dream becomes a reality. And that's when we have success. Not that this week you decide to do the OM. Next week, there's no OM. You are missing. We are busy looking for you up and down. This week, you plan with your team members. Next week, you did not plan with them. Then you're now wondering, okay, how come they got results last week and then this week, no results? It's because we did not plan. Okay? So you need to have sustained action so that we can have reality of our dreams, which means success for us. So it's very, very important for you to bear in mind. When you're planning, you cannot plan without dreams. It is very important. There's no way you can bypass it. Because without the dream, then there's no planning. What are we planning towards? Nothing. So if you don't have a dream now, go back and make sure you have one. If your team, and then you also sit together with your team members, your managers, your new consultants, make sure that when they're joining, one of the first things you sit together and talk about is their dreams. It is very important. And then that's when you'll be able to help them to plan and they'll be able to fulfill the dreams. Okay, so it's important for you to know the steps towards fulfilling your dreams. The first one is to have a dream, which should have details. It should be detailed, not just any dream. You could even have a picture of what you want. And I would advise that you should refrain from making it just title. Why not convert it? Why to make it just money? Sorry, try and convert it into title. Don't just say, "Oh, I want to make 10 million." Yes, it's good. Then you convert it and look at our success plan. Okay, so what level, what title would give me that 10 million in the next 6 months? Then you look at it, then you set your targets towards that. And don't also forget that make sure that your dream is realistic. So you make sure that your dream has details and then it has due dates, and that's when it becomes a goal. And when you break your goals down into steps, and that's when you have a plan, into steps of achieving that goal, then you have a plan on ground. And a plan is nothing without working towards it. It will just be like, oh, a piece of, if you write it as just a piece of paper, it's just a wish. Then your dream is a wish if you don't have a plan and then you don't have actions to back up that plan. And when you have actions that back it up, then you have reality, which is success. And when you've achieved your set targets, make sure you dream another dream. You must constantly have a new dream. Then you would know why you're working and why you're pushing. It will help you when things feels like, oh, it's a bit frustrating, it's a bit difficult. When you remember what your dream is, or if you have a picture of it, you can put it somewhere where you can easily see. Every time you walk by, it could be on your fridge or beside your dressing mirror. So every time you walk by or you sit there, you always see it and it reminds you of why you're actually doing this. And then you keep pushing and you keep having new dreams when you've achieved the old ones. So that's how you plan for your week, you plan for your month, you plan for your you do your quarterly plan, you do your mid-year plan, you do your 1 year plan, and then you do your 2 years plan. Okay, so I don't know if you have any questions after this presentation. You can probably write it down and then we'll be able to get back to you after this. Okay, thank you all and have a wonderful weekend. See you next time. And for those who is just joining, my name is Busola. This later on our page to refresh yourself, and then for you that missed up the beginning, so you can get some of the things that I've said. Okay, so thank you. Have a great day and bye.